Received information of a subject selling illegal whiskey in Frogtown, a section of Dothan. When they arrived at the location, as they started to question the subject pulled a gun, shot Deputy Granger, killing him instantly. And the watch was 11/27/1915. Deputy Lucius Allen North, August 10th, 1916, arrested a subject for illegally riding a train and transported him to the Justice of the Peace in Ardilla. Once arriving, family members were at the location. An altercation took place. Shots were fired. Deputy North was shot once in the abdomen and later succumbed to his wounds 7 days later, August 17th, 1916, in the watch. Investigator Garber Snellbrook, while responding to a burglary in progress, suffered a massive heart attack and died instantly. In the watch, December 14th, 1969. Lieutenant Fred McLean, along with Reserve Deputy Jimmy McCardle, was responding to a call in the Pansy area on subjects disorderly and intoxicated. Upon arrival, they confronted two subjects. When Lieutenant McLean was going to take one subject into custody, a weapon was pulled. He drew his weapon, fired one round, suffered a massive heart attack. In the watch, December 12, 1980.
Sheriff James Cuthbert Woodham. 1957, Cecil Tyner and William Howell from Dallas, Texas, two hardened criminals, were on their way to Florida. When they stopped in Hartford, Alabama, and robbed the hospital of the drug supply, a radio dispatch was put out and Sheriff Woodham spotted the vehicle, Alabama 27 and Alabama 52. He followed the vehicle on 27 South and stopped it. He introduced himself as the sheriff of Dothan County, located the drugs in the vehicle, and after he found the drugs, Cecil Tyner pulled a gun from under a magazine on the front seat of the car and shot Sheriff Woodham several times. He died 3 days later in Wiregrass Hospital in Geneva, but he gave a description of the suspects and the vehicle, and he was a true police officer to the very end. He left behind 2 small children. One is his daughter sitting here in the front row. End of watch, age 7, 1957. Sheriff L.D. Red Sizemore, almost 20 years later, while investigating the call of a disorderly person in the Pinewood community just outside of Bellwood, Alabama, in Geneva County, went to place Clyde Cade under arrest when Clyde Cade fought with him, took Sheriff Sizemore's weapon, and shot him dead in his car. Sheriff Sizemore left behind some children also, one who was a classmate of Miss Ward, Sheriff Cuthbert, Woodham's daughter. End of watch, August 3rd, 1977.
Of the Dothan Police Department. Deputy Hugh DeShazo, end of watch, December 8th, 1914. Deputy DeShazo began his employment with the Dothan Police Department on November 16, 1914. On December 7, 1914, Deputy DeShazo was shot and fatally wounded while talking on the telephone at the Dixie grocery store. Deputy DeShazo was transported to a local infirmary where he died the next day from his injuries. Deputy DeShazo, you are remembered. Sergeant Shelby Owens, unit number MX4, end of watch, November 9, 1970. Sergeant Owens began his employment with the Dothan Police Department as a traffic patrolman on April 16, 1951, and was promoted to sergeant on February 11, 1970. On November 9, 1970, Sergeant Owens was killed in the line of duty while on a motorcycle which was involved in a motor vehicle collision. Sergeant Owens, you are remembered. Sergeant Robert Jackson, unit number 252, end of watch, January 31st, 1978. Sergeant Jackson began his employment with the Dothan Police Department on May 31st, 1972 as a patrolman. Sergeant Jackson was promoted to police sergeant on April 18th, 1973, and assigned to the Narcotics Division. On January 31st, 1978, Sergeant Jackson was shot and killed by an unknown individual as he exited his vehicle in the driveway of his home. Sergeant Jackson was promoted posthumously to lieutenant on February 16, 2006. Lieutenant Jackson, you are remembered. Corporal Robert E. Armstrong, unit number 2M42, end of watch, January 19, 1985. Corporal Armstrong began his employment with the Dothan Police Department on April 5, 1978. On January 19, 1985, Corporal Armstrong was working with the Law Enforcement Memorial when a drunk driver operating their vehicle on the wrong side of the road struck Corporal Armstrong's vehicle. Corporal Armstrong died a short time later at the General Hospital, which is now known as the Southeast Alabama Medical Center. Corporal Armstrong, you are remembered. Sergeant Jeffrey W. Garrett, unit number 361, and to watch October 27, 2014. Sergeant Garrett began his employment with the Dothan Police Department on July 29, 1998, and was promoted to sergeant in 2008. Sergeant Garrett was working on October 28, 2014, when he suffered a massive heart attack after completing a training exercise. Sergeant Garrett